be able to get that early lead to kind of force it. I think Slark Lich, very strong lane, especially when you're against a Doom Puck. The Puck being the 3 is probably better here because of course he can lane. I don't know how much pressure you're going to really apply to a Slark in lane. If, for example, you get a rotation in quite early on, it's a free lane for Slark to do early damage.
Yeah, but Rezo Puck should be fun to watch at the very least.
Oh, for sure. Like, this Puck should free farm. It's just, I don't think you're ever going to have kill potential.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, exactly. Radiant might die. If he wastes Orb, he could die. If the Doom oversteps his mark and you get that early pounce with some shifts going, he should die, right?
Catch it, you know, if FlyToMoon are somehow able to grab level 2 before the Puck can as well, and he's only got the Orb, then you can chase him down with the Frost Blast and the Frost Shield with a pounce from the Slark. That's a big threat as well if the Puck doesn't have any way to get out of it, so the rundown is very effective.
Solo drawing 2 circles on the map saying, this is our top jungle, this is our bottom jungle. Just in case his team wasn't aware. Too many people actually like waste regen. I think a common misconception in Dota is you have to go for runes, you have to trade, right? Like wasting 2 tangos for a rune just isn't worth it. You get 40 gold, but you're then using like 60 gold of tangos for it, right? Like, it's not worth it in any way.
The math does not check out. You're absolutely right.
Thank you. I had to quickly punch the numbers in the calculator just to work out.
Well, to be fair, it's 40 gold each.
I mean, independent.
It does make a bit of a difference.
I don't care about it.
If you're a very self-centered player, which is unusual.
No,
for sports,
I'm all about the laning phase. Come on now. In the team, sure.
Teammates, don't talk about those.
Yeah. You think I care about teammates when I got my own courier? Like, what? I can do my own things now.
Iceberg. Just laying on a bit of aggression in these early levels onto the Morphling, trying to shut no one out a little bit if he can. Not much he can do, but just going to try and amp up the pressure. Throw down some imprisonments. Do what he can. Meanwhile, Doom up at the top lane. Playing to V-Tune and always want to fly. Along with Rezo. As I say, expecting the Puck to kind of take over this one, but there is kill potential available on FlyToMoon.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about this. Level 2, whoever gets it first should be able to maybe nab a cheeky kill. And if the Slark gets that early kill, might set the tempo for the rest of the lane.
Yeah, and like
playing for the denies.
Might be able to make their first.
Yeah, they should. They currently are leading in the old XP in the lane. That second range creep on the Dire side, locking away valuable XP.
Yeah, and there's a level 2's coming out, but
here we go. This
Doom's gone for a stroll.
He's still holding the orb, so he's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Won't use it unless absolutely forced to. But yeah, right now, even if they land the pounce on him, he's just got to wait for it to end and then orb himself away anyway. So absolutely zero threat. Currently speaking, Rezo's no silly sausage. Meanwhile, bottom lane though. Uh-oh, Oracle, he's going to be a first blood. A beautiful Lance Spear coming out. Lance of Mars, that'll be an interesting one.
I rate it. No, it sounds good. Yeah. Sounds like the cosmetic upgrade, you know.
Indeed. This is a combo we've been seeing a lot of though, is the cookie into Spear. You know, it just gives you the angle on it every time.
Snapfire is heavily enabled by any stun, so you pair it with a Mars, it's like a free game. Have you you think about the position 5 Snapfire with the position 1 Leshrac? It's such an easy lane to play. And same again in offlane when you have it as a 4 with a Mars and 3.
Top lane, a bit of a kerfuffle coming out, and Doom is going to be the target of the kerfuffle. In fact, the one who has been kerfuffled into the grave is Zayat. He's going to be the only casualty up in this top lane. They were unable to bring down V-Tune all the way down. So he's going to survive for the time being, and always want to fly, just going to spam out these spells onto Rezo as well, just trying to harass him down as much as possible. Force out at the very least a salve usage. V-Tune doesn't actually have a salve, so he's going to have to make the slow heal up with tangos instead. Someone on the courier, but it's a long way off, still heading back to base from before. Meanwhile,
have you seen the right click from Doom, by the way? He's got the critical strike, so
ow.
Big fat right click.
Yeah, when you crit on those bad boys, it hurts. Meanwhile,
Does Slark bring out more regen? Okay, cool, he is.
yeah, it's taking.
If he wasn't bringing out more regen, that would have been a. Ooh.
It would have been somewhat precarious of him, but yeah, they've accepted a big loss up in this top lane. To be honest, they sent the Lich all the way back to base. He went walking. Vici having to wait for his courier as well. So this is just kind of allowing Resolution to get some more farm on the board, and I'm not sure how well they're going to be able to recover from this one. On the fly, sitting on the front lines now, popping that frost shield on himself as well. Look at this guy go. Always want to fly, just manning up and chasing Rezo down. Like, come and hit me, boy. But Vitune, he should be a little bit more cautious than this. They jump forwards, they don't quite land. No. Actually, the silence there, I didn't think. And Vitune will be able to salve up. They always want to fly, though. Oh, dear.
Level 2 scorched earth.
Yeah,
melting.
Sitting in that a little bit too long. He is a nice hero after all. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, they get the kill out onto the Mars as well. So kills across the board. Both going the way of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I think the important thing to note in top lane is, like we said about this whole level 2 thing, it's the Slark lane goes well if you get that early level advantage and then you can pressure. They got the level 2 first, but they got the level 2 in a position where they couldn't actually utilize it, which just meant the Doom wasn't even there. He comes back now, puck right clicks. Now it's going to be a puck favored lane for sure, and the Slark's going to have quite a sad time being up here.
Yeah, for sure. Meanwhile, no one making some plays in the middle lane, just diving forwards with the waveform to grab a rage creep. That was pretty cute. VT being forced right back onto the tower. This isn't really a lane anymore. This is one belonging to Virtus.pro. Meanwhile, let's have a look down at the bottom there. I haven't really talked about this one too much recently, but Kuman sitting on 27-3 compared to Mars's 21-7, and with a kill onto the Mars and a kill onto the Oracle as well, making things pretty even on that front also. I think it was First Blood the kill onto Oracle.
Yeah,
I hate observing when there's a morph in the game. You just constantly see his health dropping to nothing. Like, oh my god, he's dead. Oh wait, no.
He's dead. No. Yeah, you have to keep an eye though. The OD is soon hitting 6. There is potentially a play to be made there, especially if a hero takes in. But oh, he's waveforming as well. Very aggressive.
Yeah, he keeps doing this, just diving in and letting himself be Astral. He's like, well, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be on my terms, damn it.
I'ma choose when I get Astral. That's fair enough.
Jump forwards in bottom. They're going for the spear again, but a nice little catch there from Solo as he's able to get off the Fate's Edict and save Kuman from a decent amount of damage, and it is going to be enough to save his life.
Yeah.
Just about. Very close.
Playing against Bloodseeker is actually so fun if you just buy an early wand. Like, you offset all of his early damage. Look at these guys. They currently have 20 wand and a 10 stick playing against this lane.
Yep.
And General's probably just going to chase down Oracle at this point. The free courier.
Hello? Yeah. General? No, he wants a hero. I like this more, to be honest. And he is going to go find that kill. Both getting silenced up afterwards, though. Kuman thinks taking some bits onto the Snapfire, but he knows when that silence come out, that could spell trouble. And now he pauses up as well. Thanks. Meanwhile, up in the top lane. Oh, they didn't want us to miss the kill. Thank you, guys.
That was so nice of them.
So sweet. But yeah, Zaya's pretty low. Ooh, laggy. Interesting. Oh, what's going on mid? There's effects going all over the place. I'm not really sure what we're seeing here. I'm just going to quietly ignore this one, I think. I don't think there's anything going on mid. I think it's just morphling models having heart attacks. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess. But yeah, Iceberg coming up at top, unleashing onto Zayats and looking towards Resolution as well. Resolution probably the less likely kill since he's still got the Orb, Winning Rift and Phase Shift all available at his disposal. But I'm fairly sure Zayats is dead to rights. But what do you guys think? Press 1 if you think Zayats is going to survive. Press 2 if you think he's dead. Press 3 if you think Resolution is also going to die. Or press 4 if you think that Resolution is going to die and Zayats is going to survive. Or press 5 if you want me to shut up and just continue cursing the game and stop spouting numbers out my ass.
I was hoping for that last option, to be honest. I was like, at what point can we just gloss over?
It'll be a lot of fun. Press 6 if you think they can turn it around and V-Tune's going to die. Press 7 if you think both V-Tune and Always Want to Fly are going to die.
I like the I like the part actually during this pause, which is people getting riled up about the talk of bounty runes.
Yeah, your horrendous maths.
No, because my point is about single heroes, right? I don't care about. I'm not about the team. The statement was about, like, as an individual, the gold that you obtain and the region you lose offsets your ability to play the lane as a single hero, right? I'm not talking about the entire team. Like, if you waste your region as a single hero, you don't have presence in the lane because you have no region, right? That's the point I was on about.
Yeah, I suppose, but don't you benefit more by going for the rune to grab the bounty.
I'm on about
Because you
scenarios
get
in
way
which
more money.
you know you can't get it, right? Like in the scenario
Right,
there's 3
okay,
heroes,
okay,
right?
okay.
Like you're running into 2 to 3 heroes as a
Yeah.
disadvantageous, like you're an oracle.
So you're saying wasting regen for no reason is a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
So
the
you
point
don't
I was
really need to
making.
bring mass into it in the first place.
No, I just it was a light comment, yeah. So I am right.
It was a... How dare you make a light comment? You mean every single comment you make isn't designed to be written down in a Gospel of Dota 2 theory knowledge and published to all new players?
No,
Disgusting, actually.
no,
Disgusting.
not at all.
What are you even doing here?
Don't know, mate. Just nothing else to do today. Thought I'd just pop on, you know, just have a chat.
Well, anyways,
Why are we paused, mate? Come on.
I don't know what.
You know the
we're
inside
gonna
scoop.
We're gonna get
you have the
creative.
chat with the admins and stuff.
All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. They didn't say anything. Oh, they've laggy.
Oh.
Says.
Oh, they said laggy. Who said laggy?
no one.
Oh, no one said laggy. Oh, it's spelled with an R.
No,
Wow.
no one said laggy. Someone
Yeah,
did say
I-
laggy,
yeah,
and that was no one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no talk on any of the channels. There's nothing going on. The admin's
Okay.
just like, well, okay, he said lags. It's lags.
Okay.
Wants cookies? Well, too bad.
What was option 5, by the way? That's the one that's winning without a great delay.
No, that one. That, oh god, no. That was.
Everyone's
if you
saying
think
5.
No Man's a really cool caster, press 5.
Oh, they told you to shut up. Oh yeah.
No. It was if you think No Man's a really cool caster, press
Right.
5. Look at them all coming. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Come on, we all knew what was going to happen.
I know. It's just funny because you know, dude, chat was so quiet. It was just so quiet.
Yeah.
And then you basically say, "Can you flame me real quick?" And they're like,
Yeah.
no problem.
Oh
Let
yes,
me-
we can. We're
Let us rise to the occasion.
rubbing their hands together, positively
Right.
drooling at the opportunity.
Let's look at mid lane real quick. Let's have a chat about mid. So OD doesn't actually apply much pressure to a lane in reality, right? And he annoys people with Imprison, so you can get the denies, but overall Morph gets that early bottle. He actually had rune control quite often in terms of he had the lane pushed out at the correct times using the waveform, like you mentioned earlier, meant he could get those runes. So he doesn't really care about that annoying kind of imprisonment stuff, because in reality he's always gonna have high HP because he can morph down, bottle up, go back to lane, and there's only kill potential mid if someone rotates in. In reality, that's never going to happen because Snapfire Lich, they don't really want to rotate, especially onto a Morphling. So I think overall this is going to be a very, very clean Morphling game where he's only going to die if the OD just catches him off guard. A little bit too low HP, drops the hammer. There you go, a little bit of analysis done. Back to some
Thanks.
random shit talk if you like. I don't mind, up to you.
Oh, I'm drawing now.
Oh, you are? What did you write?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't read it because you're also syncing up with the enemies.
Yeah, they're drawing as well. I wish we could write so that they could see it. I'm sure that'd be balanced and cool.
What are your thoughts if during a pause to prevent like teams being able to analyze the game, it just provided you just flashed up a mini game? Boom.
What is Pong?
That,
Everyone has to
by
play
far-
Pong
to be
against
clear,
someone on the
that is the
enemy team.
worst idea I have ever said, by the way. Just
We can agree.
but
We can agree.
maybe no, for casters maybe. How about like a cheeky little game of
That'd be
Pong
good.
on the mini
Yeah,
map?
that'd be
A
pretty
mini
cool.
map game of Pong, yeah.
Mini-map Pong. I'm into it.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Or we could do Pictionary. Ready for some Pictionary?
No,
You gotta guess
dude,
what I'm gonna draw.
Dude, how we Pictionary? Look at these guys. They're
Just look for the white drawing. Mine's
Okay.
gonna be white. It's
Yeah,
gonna
off
be
you
the
go.
more obvious one.
Is there a theme?
Uh-oh. Someone's
Jesus.
they're starting
Hey.
scribbling. Oh no. The theme will be Dota.
Alright.
We'll be saying Dota.
Why
Oh,
is
thank
our
God.
feed
The G's
being
come out.
live?
The
Oh
G's come
god.
out.
We got a
Phew.
live broadcast going into them, guys. Like, we say Pictionary, no drawing. All right, as they go on to top, which option did they go for? None of them. 5 was the correct option, guys.
Wait, what?
Congratulations, guys.
4 is the correct option.
Nope, 5.
5 was. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Well,
Feels bad,
middle
man.
lane, I guess no one pushed in a bit, but our dance came to defend. The player time to consider his options. Oh, pardon. Let's go okay here. Might as well get
yeah.
yourself a solo, right? Oh, Jesus. That's somewhat close.
Fate's Edict plus heal is very strong.
So is Mars, apparently. Doesn't have his phase boots just yet, but he's coming in again and baiting the Oracle forward and then just throwing a spear in his face. Very rude.
Are you ready for the Morphling becomes Mars players?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Spears
Very
left and right.
Hell yeah. And one thing I want to mention is what Spear of Mars does 325 magical damage, you know, brought down by 25% is obviously going to be not that much. Bloodright does 275 pure damage, right? So essentially, if we look at that in kind of like a physical setting, a ritual drawn on the floor in blood, basically like a prayer, essentially, from a little red man, does more damage than literally being impaled into a tree
By a spear.
by a spear. Yeah. You know,
Well,
just Dota things. Casual.
I'm not really a lore kind of guy, but yeah, Dota's a magical game.
Tis.
The question is, like, you don't know what type of blood it is, right? Like, the blood could also have, like, disease in it, so...
I'm not sure if it's correct.
It's already in Dota.
Oh no.
Too soon. Alright. Morphling, they're setting up on maybe some mid play.
He's going for it. Oh,
Very
Jesus,
aggressive.
he gets baited in. But actually, who has baited whom? As Zayat's coming in around the back, but the Cookie going to get the Outworld Devourer to safety. Meanwhile, Resolution turns up like, what up? I heard there's a gank going on. And they're like, no. Go away, Resolution. You weren't needed. You didn't do anything.
Instant
Meanwhile,
smoke though into top lane. They did have the ward to scout this out, so no one should die from this. That being no one in the game, not player. Imagine if you could keep... Alright, we're gonna stop with these hypotheticals. The pause is over. That pause has ruined us.
It has. It's really put a dent in our flow. All right, let's get back into flow. We're just gonna
Okay.
We're gonna take like 2 seconds just to meditate, breathe in, breathe out, focus, empty our minds, and get into this game. As Resolution being seen in the trees, getting jumped. Always want to fly though, turning it around with the Genesis Gaze. And one of his kisses coming over the top as well, landing onto Zayat's face. Always want to fly, will get melted, but he takes Zayat's down with him, resulting in a straight up trade. Resolution, it looks like he's trying to bait something here though. Oh, doesn't get off the face shift. What is you doing, kid? Use your spells, Resolution. What are you doing? Trying to bait a little bit too hard. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, and now they're catching the Morphling.
Oh no, no one's gonna be okay. The hammer wasn't enough. They thought they had the burst, but they had not got the burst. And now Solo's gonna come up and throw his friend some heals.
Alright, the fact that Morphling can not phase shift, he can attribute shift all the way down to nothing, and then get like one heal applied to him, be it like living armor, purifying flames, or even a salve, and then he's like back to full HP. Like that is... It's like the most obnoxious part of Morphling for sure.
My thanks will come later.
Yeah, Morphling's an arsehole. I hate letting it go.
Pretty much, yeah.
You think like that in general, it's like, can I burst him? No. Oh, okay. Well, just gonna let him walk away on strength.
I think it'd be interesting to see how VP actually align their team to be cohesive, because you got this Morphling just free farming, and Zayat's kind of putting a lot of pressure just running between the in between the towers. But at what point do they actually put the Bloodseeker in with the team? Right now, he's doing a really good job of just keeping this bot lane pushed out. Okay, look at the presence right now from FlyToMoon. They're putting quite a lot of heroes now towards this bot lane, and Kuman is able to push it out. He's got 3 points in blood fight, so... And yeah, one last push. That tower shouldn't really take too much damage. Moving back towards mid.
Actually TPing VP heroes down despite the Bloodseeker just TPing out, but Zayat's coming in. He wants to try and take up the guard here. General, he's fishing for a Bloodseeker, but is going to find a Doom instead. That's curious. And now VTune's setting up for an easy pounce to get on top of him as well, and they should be able to bring him down. Tries to turn around to go for the Doom there, but does get finished up, and that Resolution comes in. A beautiful two-man coil, but they're going to turn it around with a Mars ulti, and now with the Shrapnel, the ultimate's coming in from the top, from the Snapfire, the damage! Oh god, no! Aloha Duns with the one of his kisses doing way too much. They couldn't withstand it, but Kuman's coming in. He's trying to make the cleanup crew happen here, and he's going to find the Slark at the very least. Can't really go for any more here, though. Aloha Dance gets his way, yeah.
This is not how you want to make this play. Like, the Bloodseeker pushed out the lane to then go mid.
Yeah.
And then you suddenly get like this 1-by-1 TP situation for them.
My god. Aloha Dance.
Combo.
Oh! Oh my god. Throwing in the cookie onto the creep, following up the spear. Mars trying to fight up into TeaGuvnor here. TeaGuvnor doesn't have much of a chance. He's going to get shotgunned down, just put to death. Snapfire is an no, Aloha Dance is an absolute player, actually. The hero's average, well, maybe good, but Aloha Dance is playing pretty damn sick right now.
Yeah, Aloha Dance, he's having a good time to shine. He's really popping off. It's, like...
He's snapping off.
Yeah, oh god. But why are VP fighting like this? They push out bot lane, Bloodseeker TPs away, and then your Doom TPs in? Like, that's not a play. No way is that ever a play.
No.
Maybe if like,
you had on the same page right now.
If you had like a Wyvern TPing there, sure, because he has the same push potential, but a Doom doesn't do that. Okay, VP needs quick reset, but it's not too bad. I guess the saving grace is, even though that was really Kappa, they didn't lose the tower. So if they did TP away and left it, they'd have lost the tower there. So technically, it is a tower defense. Finding the victories, I guess.
Yeah, silver linings, you know. You can always find them somewhere.
Yeah, and we did find it right here, but FlyToMoon instantly smoking back up, wanting to play aggressive.
It's actually like one thing though you will notice in like True Sight and all that kind of thing as well, is that it's a real thing, you know, like silver linings are a great way to enforce a positive attitude upon your team.
Yeah, for sure.
It just always find that good thing. There is always something there.
But it does get a bit annoying though when you hear your support say, "Don't worry, they just killed me. I was trying to ward," when he's by himself running high ground on the other side of the map. You know, that's a pub reference, but silver linings is key. It's critical.
Absolutely.
Mental stability in pro Dota teams is
anything
fundamental.
like, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
If you lose a parent, then...
Solo though.
Oh, stable. He's in trouble. See you later, buddy. They finally catch somebody in their trap, and that will be the Oracle brought down. Thank God. Now they look. Watching Kuman's pretty chill here. He's like, all right, my support just died, but they won't be able to catch me. I'm Kuman. I'm Bloodseeker. I'm fine, and that does remain to be true. Everyone else just kind of dissipating across the map. VTune still pushing in bottom. Meanwhile, VTune able to finish off his bottom tower at last, but tower wall definitely looking in Virtus.pro's favor. But yeah, FlyToMoon 11 kills up on Virtus.pro's 4 right now. The 2. What the?
He just got bashed and died. He got the DD on the Morphling, so they're trying to chunk through the Roshan, but unfortunately, you get bashed. It means you kind of give away the fact you're doing Roshan.
Yeah,
they should still be able to secure it.
They're coming in, but in comes Amaz. He's trying to steal it here, but he actually gets a kill. Yeah. Fair enough. No one takes the Aegis, and well, Solo's going to go down. Resolution might be next on the list here as he's trying to make him. Yes,
the spear was so close. You didn't see that, but
I didn't.
Morphling went all the way down to 1 HP, and then the Mars threw the spear, and it like grazed his hitbox.
Nearly a very quick Aegis.
Yeah. No, I like the call to go to Roshan with the DD. Very good play. Just unfortunately, he's like taking one too many bashes. RNG not on his side.
Sometimes the Bash Lord doth giveth to Roshan, and not just Slardars. I guess technically you can't get RNG Bash Lords up, but shut up. FlyToMoon holding this high ground once again. This is their area. This is their zone. This is their hood. This is their neck.
Yeah, the warding is perfect for Diet. It's the same as the last game. The warding is very good coming out from FlyToMoon, really putting pressure onto VP. And Solo, he's trying to get vision out here, but he's just going by himself. Normally, this just leads to just death. Yeah. Cookie, right click, stun, death.
Yep. Solo, the human ward right now, just charging up onto these high grounds time and time again, and Resolution tickling some pickles right now as he throws down, and they're going to drop the Rupture onto Snapfire, who broke the coil, so can't even move anyway, but in comes, oh no, stunned up immediately on Morphling, but it's okay. Doom is out onto the Slark as well, so pretty good fight so far from Virtus.pro as they'll jump forwards onto the OD as well, knowing that they need to keep their distance from him. Meanwhile, Banishment actually comes out onto the Morphling, who's also feared, and now hold to the wall, he's going to lose the Aegis. Nice catch out. Meanwhile, the Doom just completely runs out on the Slark, and that's going to give him the ability to just run down Resolution. Meanwhile, no one
the range drop.
Always want to fly. They need to get a right click in. He's going to frost him. Surely he gets him, but at what cost? No one could be in some real trouble right now. He's going to pop the Ghost Step to try and buy himself some time to get that strength morph off, and it seems like a very tricky kill for them to finish off here. He's still got plenty of strength to go.
He has
They're going to keep on chasing though. Oh, they do.
From up in, they have to eat through enough mana right now. He's got the 16-1 charge yet. Perfectly fine.
Just
yeah. even if they took all his mana, he had just enough one charges to be able to get the waveform off. So
all in all, a very vibrant fight down at bottom. They managed to claim the
Truly
Aegis
so.
on the Morphling, but losing I think 3 heroes in total on Virtus.pro. The
and
puck.
Solo doing it's
Oh, he's
deja
going
vu.
again. Yeah, he's like, you know what, guys? I'm just gonna double check. They've definitely got a ward up here.
Don't worry, guys. I'm just trying to
Confirmed.
de-warp. That doesn't matter, guys. Just doesn't matter. They wasted in prison. Don't worry, guys.
Scraping the barrel here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the small things.
Yeah, up into top lane.
Sarcasm, a powerful tool.
Zayas, he's actually silenced Iceberg and with no one out.
Okay. And this is the ODV Morphling situation. He dropped the hammer. He has 2700 mana, sorry, and Morphling has 864. So he did quite a substantial amount of damage.
Well, yeah, that's one way of putting it.
And
He got
mid lane as
blown
well,
the
they're trying
fuck
to
up
go
would be
on to
another
the
way
mid.
to put it. Yeah, Kuman trying to fight up into lower dance, but he gets disarmed to try and heal him through it. But unfortunately, General just comes in and puts an end to him with that physical damage. And
Oh,
now
the
a cookie
creep
forward, a very handy creep there. Solo's going to go down as well. General gets a double kill. FlyToMoon, they are all over them right now. Virtus.pro are being choked out off the map.
Yeah,
No room to
yeah.
breathe at all.
This is just what happens when you kind of lose touch on how you're playing the game and how you're playing the map. Like that one series of wrong TPs into bot lane, you lose all control. Like the vision is dire favored, the levels are dire favored. It's so hard for VP to truly take a fight because your entire fight is based around like you either want to rupture the Slark or you need to coil or like, you need to do something to get rid of the Slark whilst also dealing with the OD. Both these heroes have now got to a point where they have an item to have presence in these early fights. Again, greedier heroes, they have okay laning phase, but weak post laning phase impact until that first second item. And yeah, they've got over that initial hurdle, and it's looking like a very relaxing game for FlyToMoon. But we saw in the last game, they have a good start to the game, they have good vision, but they go a little bit loose on positioning, and VP came back. So don't count VP out in any way.
Yeah, I was going to say, the big question on most people's lips, I'm sure, is probably going to be what is going to come next for FlyToMoon. You know, is there a possibility of throwing the game? Is there a possibility of messing up a fight? And the answer is definitely yes. The answer is always yes, unfortunately, on that front. We'll see how tight they can play it, you know? Have they learned from game 1?
The Doom on the Lich. Oh no. You're gonna get the Lich. You might not even get the Lich kill. You're probably not even getting the Lich kill.
Yeah, I think he's just dying for not.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
You know, it's one of these moments where you live just long enough to regret your mistakes and really reflect on things. How you ended up in
the
the
tier 2
situation.
tower though.
Worth. Never mind. Yeah, worth. Totally worth.
Money, money, money. When else are you gonna get tier 2 tower? When you're Doom diving tier 3s?
No one's got a shotgun, but they're scanning him out right now. Yeah, they're aware. These are some wise cookies on the side of FlyToMoon.
Miles is about to get the pipe as well, so it's gonna be able to offset some of this initial damage from the shotgun. That being the E-blade on Morphling.
Yeah,
for those
if you're
who are
quick enough,
unaware.
of course. There's always the ability to just sneaky on the sidelines and blow someone up in the Morphling, which is terrifying.
I think the big concern though for VP is they moved into this area, they shut down some wards, took the tower, but now their vision is in an area that they don't want to play. Like there's no Roshan to play. They have one more bottom in a quite obvious spot with a sentry already covering it, so that's going to be dewarded quite quickly. Dire also have 2 lingering wards deep in mid, so I think it's going to be quite scary for VP just in terms of map presence and resolution.
Oh, Rezo. He was just a sweet little fairy dragon out for a walk, and now he's dead. Meanwhile, Kuman, he thinks he's going to go for the rupture play onto the Slark here. I'm not quite sure what the deal is going on right now. With no one turning into a lower dance, but still able to finish it off. Finally gets the kill, and down goes Always Want to Fly as well. All right, nice start to the fight. FlyToMoon still considering going for something here, but I don't think anything's going to come from it. Their Slark is dead. Accept it. Move on. Kuman finds the kill. He's taking some hits in response. Iceberg actually popping the BKB, turning this one around, trying to really force this fight. It's a 2 2 on 5 though. They turn around, look at no one, but no one got the strength morph off. What is you doing, guys? FlyToMoon, get in reverse. And they are really trying to force something here, and they will pay for it. As the shotgun comes out, they get on top, and Solo finishes the job with a handy purifying flames, netting himself 637 gold in the process. Virtus.pro are back on the board.
Gonna draw a box on the minimap in the area in which FlyToMoon will mistake. Yeah. This is. I expected this ward to get instantly dewarded. It's quite a natural spot when you move into an area. You always want to check this high ground and then you move on, because again, high ground vision is so critical for any engagement. And yeah, FlyToMoon, lapse of judgment there, and then you see it. You have Doom, Rupture, Coil. All of these are big control spells that if you can get it onto the Slark or even the OD at some points, you're gonna be able to kill them. In this instance, it was on the Slark. He'd done literally nothing in that fight. And here comes another Coil
out on mid, this time just onto the Snapfire here, and General's going to respond by laying down the arena, but no one's got the double damage. Again, another DD, and that's going to result in an easy kill. Meanwhile, Kuman on the sidelines gets a kill onto Low Hardan. So once again, without their supports, FlyToMoon will just be chased back onto their high ground. This time,
Low Hardan's dying twice in a row. It's... these fights went so well for FlyToMoon because there was your Slark in the front, your Mars in the front, you had the OD saving them, and on top of that you had the Snapfire. Oh, 2 fights in a row now. Your Snapfire's died pretty much instantly. This one obviously not being a full fight, just a pick off, but you have to be really you have to really think about your positioning in these games. Like VP, if they see one mistake in a good position, they're going to go for it. Like, sure, their start to the games haven't been good, the previous 2 games, but their ability to pressure and actually have impact within the game, even when like 5, 10, 15k behind, it's always going to be there. Like, you have to respect their pedigree.
Dire are scanning.
Basher coming up on Kuman soon as well, so giving him the ability to just chase even harder, even faster. Lock the people down and beat them down. That's the end of the game.
Sure. BKB coming out on Morphling soon. You've got Basher soon on Bloodseeker. I think you're going to want to see FlyToMoon make a play now. You've got the BKB purchased on Slark as well, and the pipe on Mars, so you've got quite a lot of an ability to go. The issue is, even though you have BKB on Slark, you get doomed. It's okay, cool, you're now out of the equation. We can now go for someone else, and I think this next fight is all about the approach. You can't rush into it. You can't do that kind of like Hail Mary. Okay, just get to a high ground, guys. Go, go, go. You have to have sentries, you have to have wards, you have to have the correct positioning. If you don't do these things, you could potentially see VP just crushing the next fight.
Yeah, it seems like the most likely scenario right now. It's a lot of control is needed to make sure this Morphling is just running around doing what he wants. Bloodseeker as well, just getting kills on the sidelines. But there's better formations and better, yeah.
Exactly that. But look at the lit right now. He has 1 sentry in inventory, Courier, 2 sentries coming out. They have no wards to place for the fight. So right now, Oracle, he has no wards as well. Like, this next fight will just be purely a no vision fight. Just going to be who has the better usage of spells. In the nighttime, yeah. With a Slark, so technically Dire favored.
True. That's one small respite. FlyToMoon reserved.
The Dooms realized, guys, we don't actually have a ward, so I will be the ward. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, this is such a big play from Doom if they're in position.
He's getting a lot of
Oh no.
Spider legs down, grab himself a centaur and run himself away.
That could have been such a great play if they were a little bit closer on VP. The instant Doom from high ground into them blinking onto the next area behind. Oh, that could have been so cool. All right. But also so game losing at the same time, to be clear.
Possibly, yes.
As we sleep, FlyToMoon opting to be really defensive. I think they've learned from the last game in their positioning and their kind of their throw is we're going to wait for VP to make a mistake. Unfortunate on the spear.
Still on the side here. I'm not too sure the play is here as VT's going to run himself into the trees. He's got to pop the ultimate at some stage here. Or finally throw it down, but inside the silence, he's going to have to pop the dart.
3 more seconds on Rupture.
BKB. Trying to turn around to Kuman. Kuman, though, just right on top of the Doom comes down, and they will be able to bring down the Slug. Slug does have buyback if he wants to come in, and he will do so. Meanwhile, the arena comes down, and they're able to bring down no one. There's your big damage coming through, and with the frames coming in, Kuman's not going to be surviving this one. Solo does live long enough to get the ultimate out onto the Bloodseeker, but there is no way he's surviving through this as he runs himself to safety. Solo gets brought down. Kuman's going to follow as well. And there's 3 kills going the way of FlyToMoon. A great setup for them as they do sacrifice their Slark, but they're going straight into Roshan, and this will make it worth it. Yeah.
Honestly, the start of that fight was so good for FlyToMoon. You got to give props to the Slark. He gets ruptured and he goes into the one part of the map where he can kind of make it awkward for VP to go on him. Jumping right into that cove, like you have to move around the tree line to get vision on him. So I think really nice from the Slark. They had to commit both Rupture and Doom to kill him. Instant buyback, get Roshan. So overall, yeah, FlyToMoon, they changed up their playstyle. Normally a little bit more aggressive in these early parts of the game, but this game, no, we made one mistake, we'll instantly play defensive. We'll wait for VP to make the mistake like we did in the last game, and then we'll play from there. So now they have the Aegis, they can go again. This means they might have to go into the box of mistakes that we've already kind of highlighted for FlyToMoon. But
the box of mistakes.
They got the Aegis.
Oh, Puck. He's in trouble.
I think
he is in trouble, yeah. Mindbreaker causing him issues. He's out of mana as well. He's got a blink to work with. It's gonna possibly get him to safety.
He has diffusal up into no mana, so he should just be
greedy from VTune here, though. Let's see if there's any punishment on Virtus.pro. They are throwing some spells over in his direction. Meanwhile, Craggy Coat. Craggy.
Yeah, this should be a dead Puck, and then I'm like, oh wait, hold up. I just realized where he's on the map for a second.
Why is there a Craggy Coat on the floor, T?
Why not? Where is it? Where
it belongs to Virtus.pro, and it's chilling. No one spotted it yet.
You know who'd love a Craggy Coat?
Lich.
Oh, Lich has already got one. All right.
I'm with you.
If you could combine, you should be able to combine 2 items. Like if you pick up an enemy item and you have the same, you should be able to. Yeah, the craggiest of coats. The craggy jacket. Oh. The craggy pullover. Oh, we could do this for hours.
Delicious armor, but absolutely 0 attack speed. Just 0 attack speed. That's it. You don't get to right click anymore if you wear it.
Nothing more. Oh, hold up. Solo.
Oh, classic Solo moves as he throws his life away for a D ward here, as they will chain him up nicely and get themselves a kill onto that Oracle.
No one TPing in as well, though. They are in
for a kill onto Iceberg. They're looking for the return here. They're going for a kill onto OD, and they've actually got him doomed up, coiled up. He should be brought down. He's trying to. I don't know what he's trying to do.
But the OD though in the mid lane
for death. Yeah. Meanwhile, it was all a bait. No one just threw his body in, popped the BKB, popped the Ethereal Blade, knowing what his team were doing. That was really impressive from Virtus.pro.
I rate it 8 out of 8.
The old bait and switch. Very nice. And now no one will come in to defend this bottom tier 2 tower. For realsies this time. Meanwhile, Resolution, he's got a bit of deja vu here, but should be able to grab himself that bounty. Overshoots a little bit, but it's all good. And Rupture onto VTune.
Yeah, it probably will just be a wasted Aegis at this point. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Wait, hold up a second. The box of mistakes.
The box of mistakes once again. Oh my god, it's real. It's real. FlyToMoon.
It's disgusting. It's worrying that it exists, but it does. Oh, don't draw it. Oh no.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there, FlyToMoon.
Like the
3 times across 2 games.
That move's fine if your entire team's there. The issue is your OD is just offsetting for some reason mid, right? Naturally, because when you make a dive in one lane, you want to have both lanes pushing in so you can play off of the pressure. Simply VP identify that and are able to make the pick off. So the initial concept is good, but the execution of your team positioning is then poor.
Yeah. I just think it's so insane that the Morphling, no one just knows his hero well enough. He's like, hey, you know what? I can jump into 4 heroes, I can pop my BKB, and I know I'm going to survive. Like, that's just an insane game sense there.
Yeah, but like, you think about Secret and like Nisha and Morphling, like he's so disciplined with that hero and so strong with it. They're able to first phase it for so long in the previous seasons, right? Like, yeah, it's such a good hero. Like, if you know how to play that hero, the skill level to that hero is so high.
Yeah.
Disgustingly high, actually. It pains me to say. But now they're moving back into bot lane. I think this now is the one time they can move into the box of mistakes and get that free tower.
It's looking like this time the box won't deliver, but still, Virtus.pro very, very happy to have kind of neutralized the threat in this game. Taking down that Aegis for free and disrupting what FlyToMoon want to do a lot here. Meanwhile, Solo is playing with death once again. It's his favorite pastime.
VP are smoked up though. They are also in a very defensive position. No
This
vision
guy.
from VP on the high ground to the
He's just here to
south.
pop smokes. This guy literally just wants to pop smokes. That's all he
That's
wants
fair
to do.
enough. The scan identifies exactly where it's pretty obvious at this point, but
Yeah,
I think VP...
Rezo just
Howdy, boys.
Right. Yeah, just he doesn't have a blink, and they still don't. They're still too afraid to jump him here because if they do, then pain would shortly be coming their way. I mean, no one was
It's
still a fair way off. But
It's simply the respect of moving into areas that you don't control. Like VP, they technically, if you had to claim part of the map, the Dire jungle was their side. The Dire own the Radiant jungle. Okay, so you always have to
it's
respect the
the-
ownership. Yeah, exactly.
middle lane is a new river in Dota. That's what.
Exactly.
That's what you.
And
must
that is like
understand.
the beauty of Dota, right? It's the organic shift of the 50-50 split that normally happens in an even game. Be it a vertical split, horizontal, diagonal, it exists.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Now Virtus.pro's chance to maybe take some prods at the high ground, see who they can force back, see how much they can get for this.
Don't know if
we
we've
have another
mentioned
flanker,
this, but
just
there is a Hex now on the OD.
Ooh, we have none.
So-
That is a revelation.
Spooky times are ahead. They've got the smoke as well on the Snapfire. Bot lane's pushed in, mid lane's going to be pushing in towards them, so I'd like to see them maybe push out mid and top once to then go for the smoke play. I mean, if they do it too early, it's going to be too obvious, especially with this mid lane coming in. But okay, so as soon as they see
Yeah,
Oracle
might
bottom, they're going to go. Okay, you see, Oracle shows
Yep.
bottom, boom, instant smoke. They know what's happening. Snapfire will probably push out mid lane as he runs past. Whoop! There we go.
Yep. Kill them creepies and pings. Straight
And
away.
off we go. Yeah, but look at the positioning of FlyToMoon. Look, they're going to an area that they have sentries in. They're going to an area that they have like false confidence of owning. VP, they're like, all right, where are they coming? They're smoked. We're going to move into the area that we know that we control. Beautiful movements coming out from both teams actually.
Yep. A common dance we've seen many a time as no one sits on this bounty on this illusion, and they see it, and they see these illusions of Morphling pop out, and they're like, okay, all right, something's going on here. So FlyToMoon, they give up the goat and push in middle
The
wave.
no, the Lich running through daytime.
Yeah.
They see, okay.
Whoa, did make it
VP
back. He was like the last sheep, wasn't he? Trying to get himself over to the pack, but now Resolution jumps in, only lands onto OD. However, with the arena coming down, General doing a good job of controlling them up. But meanwhile, the Doom is out onto the Outward Devourer. There's not much he can do in this fight right now, but Resolution is probably going to get dropped. Meanwhile, Rupture also throwing everything onto the OD. They will be able to take care of him. No buyback either. Meanwhile, they turn their attention over towards the Snapfire. Snapfire made it for the time being, but the moment that's gone, they will tear through him. Virtus.pro, just like that, in the snap of her fingers, take the fight entirely in their control. And once again, you know, this Mars arena just seems to be so important for controlling up, especially the Doom, but just creating some semblance of formality in the fights in which FlyToMoon can actually play their heroes, because the moment things start to break apart, the Snapfire can't do anything. She's screwed. She's like, well, my kisses aren't going to do much. The OD gets doomed up, which is obviously terrible. The Slark's the only one having a nice time in these fights when they start going this way. When the chaos breaks out, the Slark is pretty much the only one on the side of FlyToMoon who seems to have much of an effect.
Yeah, I really feel like I'd like to see Lincoln's on the OD. I know Slark's got his quick fight, but this fight for FlyToMoon, they have this area of the map they feel like they control, but when the Doom has Shadowblade and Blink, it's so easy for him to identify the location of the OD and get the ult. Like, in any fight, you want to like rupture the Slark, Doom the OD, play the fight out. And like the Mars, sure, he was able to zone people with his ultimate on the backline, but the Doom had already done his job. The Morph was already deep in the line, getting the right clicks off. Like, I think itemization right now is what's holding FlyToMoon back from being able to take these harder engagements. Like,
Yeah.
it's so easy for VP to fight if they have the spells up.
There's also pretty insane positioning as well, you know. Virtus.pro, I think 3 or 4 heroes came from this direction, but what actually happened was the Doom snuck around the side like this.
yeah,
You know,
exactly,
he didn't follow suit. He knew that, you know, they're going to draw their attention on the front lines. Resolution is just going to jump in immediately on the puck and make a big fuss as they bring down Lich for free. And using that, you know, the Doom's like, all right, I can probably find my entry point. And now a Rupture come forward onto the Snapfire. Snapfire kept okay for now.
The OD's been caught
But
again.
oh no, this is a big target. He's forced to pop the BKB, but the damage from no one, it's probably going to be too much with Virtus.pro on top of him. Virtus.pro, the cheese comes out though, but he can't get off the right clicks. Now one of his kids is coming on over the top. Kuman, he's the one in trouble. V-Tune's taking chunks out of him, and the Bloodseeker is going to go down, so they turn their attention towards all the targets, but no one. He's jumping around the back. He's finding targets. Shotgun out onto the OD, but they get the kill onto Kuman instead. And now FlyToMoon, well, there's your Doom. There's a big damage coming down, and OD just simply disappears. Slark trying to fight up as well, but he has not got an ultimate. He's silenced up as well. He will be jumped up onto the high ground, but General might be left behind, forced to pop that BKB. Turns around with God's Rebuke. Meanwhile, Resolution jumping in deep. VTune back in, trying to fight up into the Morphling. He is the threat, but Morphling waveforms away, and now, well, FlyToMoon, they're tempted. Throwing in the creep. Oh, what the? Oh, sick creep plays. But yeah, looks like they're struggling to find anybody right now. Spear's gonna go flying astray. If only it went through waveform, eh? Meanwhile, Science coming down onto 2, and now no one comes in with a shotgun onto the Slug. They're going for the big target right now. Can they finish the job though? In comes the Ice Blast, in comes the Fear, and Suichin will be able to find himself a kill onto Zayats. Meanwhile, well, they're out of here. Coil 3. Oh, a beautiful Spear, but unfortunately, I don't think it matters. I think no one should still be able to get himself away. Vtune's still optimistic, still chasing, but the Morphling is gone. He is steam, he is water in the wind, and I think that will put an end to this fight as, well, I mean, fight recap's going to be pretty useless here. It's a fight went on for so long, but I think overall it was a bit of a shift in FlyToMoon's favor in the end. But I don't know, the OD going down is a big one though, right?
I think this just highlights how FlyToMoon only wins his engagements based off of the over-aggression of VP. And FlyToMoon, this OD, struggling so hard to have impact within these fights at this point. Like, he's got BKB Hex, but he's got no item to save himself from the Doom. He doesn't have like a blink to maybe, like, if the Doom comes in, he can instantly dip out. Like, he's got nothing to save himself, right? And or Lincoln's as well. Oh, the instant smoke cancel as well. So I think VP, sure, they might have had a couple kills, like deaths at the end of that fight, but I think this is very VP favored right now. What's the win probability? What's that saying?
Win probability, it's like 61% Radiant. Yeah, it's slightly VP favored. Kind of to be expected with the Morphling.
Oh, this is kind of as it should be. I think Roshan's going to be the next. Yeah, Roshan's now back up, so this is going to be the big play for these teams. Both teams have vision around the pit. They're going to be able to take a decent fight. I think it's all down to this Doom. If Doom can locate the OD at the start of this fight, it's going to be very over before it even started.
Yeah, and Zayas is so rich. Jesus Christ, he's got so much money.
Smoking under a ward though. Oh,
again, so it's a low hard dance. They see them right now, and Resolution immediately going in with a 2-man coil. Is it going to be enough though? As Mars moonwalking through his fight. Now in comes Iceberg, but getting himself doomed up. It's an easy target. What are you doing, Iceberg? He's held still on the front lines. Meanwhile, the Slug also speared to the side, and now the kills start coming in for Virtus.pro as Iceberg and Always Want to Fly are already gone down, and now, well, General's going to follow, and it looks like Snapfire is not long for this world. 4 heroes dead, wiped off the earth. You can't do this on the out of the power. You know, you have to pay the Doom some respect. If you can't control him, if you haven't seen him, and if you haven't seen that Doom come down yet, you can't just run in on the front lines like a vanguard, charge off the Light Brigade style, and immediately losing your OD's effectiveness in these fights. I think this is just, everyone can see what's happening.
Yeah, exactly that. You've got a 17k net worth OD that is pretty much put to 0, like from one spell. He does nothing. So it's a wild position for FlyToMoon to be in.
Absolutely.
Often when we get to these positions, we have to try and find ways for them to come back into the game. And I think right now it's nothing to do about items you farm or fights you take. It's just about where you're taking the fight and why are you taking them. Right now they just seem to be taking them because they feel like that's what they need to do.
Like,
in reality,
they needed that one for Roche, but yeah, it's incredibly awkward way to do it.
Exactly. They need to do the fight based off of, like you said, they need to find the Doom first. They need to actually identify Doom's winning the fights, so let's find Doom. Right now they just seem to be taking the fights the same way that they have from minute 10 when Doom wasn't having as much impact. Like, you need to adapt. You need to change your game plan to how VP are winning. Like VP, ouch. They show that they have adaptation, right?
Ouch, ouch, okay.
See you, buddy. Okay.
Always want to fly, put into a grave.
Now we're just gonna, VP just aren't gonna leave. The classic, we haven't taken a tier 2, let's just take the tier 4s.
Yep. does seem to be the play here.
Puck doesn't have the TP up though, so they might show a little bit of respect. Okay, cool. They
Yeah.
are.
They're back in it.
Oh.
VT's running at 4 heroes. Hey boys, how's it going? And with one of those kisses coming in over the top as well. Not much of a threat though. They found them morphing on the backlines though. They managed to get the Hex out onto him as well, but he's going to pop the BKB. They don't go for the sticks. They didn't have it up. And now with the Doom coming down once again onto the OD. OD being chased down. Zayat and no one. That's all they need right now. And they will be able to get a kill onto the OD. He does not have buyback, and now they turn over and just blow apart General as well. Virtus.pro, the game is theirs. They can take down the tier 4s now, but I don't really think it matters too much. There are 2 buyback. Okay, 4 on 5. Nah, it's gone.
Your draft's built around the OD ultimate to deal with the Morphling, and he has Scardy, BKB, and Aegis. Like, nah, this OD dying 3 to 4 fights in a row just from Doom.
Still fighting, they're still trying to make it work, but VTune just being run down, basically ignored as Kuman machine guns through everybody. And there's your GGs coming out. FlyToMoon do eventually call it as they get beaten down again and again and again. Virtus.pro will take the series 2-0. Yeah. That's a pretty body Doom-like performance.
Yeah, I think if we had to try and summarize the game overall, the series, I think VP, their early game was a little bit underwhelming. I think this game, Morphling, had a really good start to the game. But overall, it's like FlyToMoon, their post-laning phase moves and aggression were far better than VP. Their ability to ward and take over the map as a team, much better. The issue was